beautiful soul. Welcome. This is Rochelle with the Healing Rose, and today I'm doing a little flip through the Celtic Goddess Oracle deck by Gillian Kemp, illustrations by Julia Cellini. So we have 52 cards. This is from Chico Books. The Celtic goddesses were amazing and powerful beings. The deck features 52 of these inspiring deities, all beautifully illustrated. By working with these cards, you can receive the goddess's ancient wisdom, helping you to avoid pitfalls and reach your full potential. The accompanying guidebook explains how to read the cards, including several card spreads, and details the messages the goddesses have for you, as well as their related spells and method of divination. With their guidance, you'll soon discover your inner goddess and find happiness and abundance in all areas of your life. And then a little blurb about other decks and whatnot information. All right, so guidebook. So no, this is not a new deck, but it's new to me. Oh, lovely. What a beautiful book. So, well, I mean, I guess it's only 2022, so it's not that old of a deck. It's just not a brand new release, right? I guess it's about a year and a half old now. So how to read the cards. I guess there's a few different spreads that are in here, and then the book. Okay, so this is lovely. All right, so doing yes or no. What's on your mind reveals the situation and predicts the yes or no by keywords and card theme. Okay, even numbered are yes and odd numbers are no. Interesting ways to do it. Caradwin's magical prediction. The goddess's guidance through current situation. I guess that's just a bit of glue on the, I keep feeling this little thing on the edge of the book. Things that drive me a little crazy. Prediction for the next 4 months. A Celtic cross spread. Oh, interesting, their Celtic cross spread is only 6 cards. Influences around you, your desires. The obstacles. Card 4 is your present position, your progress, and the matter's outcome. That's a really interesting. I need a bookmark. Here we go. I've got one of these. I've got so many of these floating around in the desk, but you know, I feel like instead of just chucking everything in the recycle right away, if I can reuse them as bookmarks, it makes me feel slightly better about the plastic that they put in the packaging. We don't really need to have these plastic things anymore, do we? So that's a nice little, and this pops out quite easily, so it will actually make a nice little, I don't usually leave the decks in the boxes when they're the bigger boxes like this. I tend to actually have the decks out myself. So, all right, book is out, cards are out. Here's the backs. The backs are gorgeous. So it is glossy, which I'm sure the camera will pick up the amount of reflective gloss on the cards. So they glide really smoothly. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, soft kind of watercolor style, hand drawn, soft, beautiful. Okay, I think that's why I got it in the first place. I looked at it and I thought it looks really soft and lovely, and I love these backs. These are kind of fabulous. All right, so let's put these down and let me just zoom you in. That should be close enough. So let's see. All right, so we have Goddess of Empowerment. And some of these pronunciations, I'm going to tell you, they're not going to be amazing for me. So, Dana, Ariana, Goddess of Good Fortune, Ellen, Goddess of Decisions. Oh, I guess, yeah, that would make sense. Coventina, Goddess of Happiness. So these are Celtic goddesses from, I remember reading something about it in the description when I bought it. Just from all over, like there's English, Welsh, Scottish, and Irish goddesses in here. So we have Bridget, goddess of home comforts, Bronwyn, goddess of emotion, Amond, goddess of good health. That's so lovely. So fairy-like. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Sethak or Skathak, goddess of the mind. All right, so the script is a little Cleodna, goddess of beauty, Cred, goddess of clairvoyance, Madron, goddess of motherhood, Anu, goddess of prosperity, which is a very different portrayal of Anu. Banquitakai Mor, goddess of childbirth and youth. Very beautiful. All right. Rosmerta, goddess of communication. Adsolata, goddess of prayers. Look at that beautiful plaid. I love that. And is that a little bottle? Adorable. So Latriat and Latiaran. Where am I adding extra T's in? Goddess of magic. Caradwin, goddess of truth. All right. Durantia, goddess of silence. Andraste, goddess of victory. Césaire, goddess of courage. Flede, goddess of travel. Morgan Le Fay, goddess of look how like angry and evil she looks. Like, I mean, that's not fair. Guinevere, goddess of marriage. Like, Guinevere looks so like, and like Morgan, they like not very fair. Caslin, goddess of wisdom. Ragnall, goddess of gratitude. These are just gorgeous. Calic, goddess of miracles. Igraine, goddess of respect. Enid, goddess of loyalty. Maria Proba, goddess of justice. Ayrton, goddess of peace. Maeve, goddess of seduction. Iseult, goddess of perseverance. Very beautiful. Awyn, goddess of interesting. Awyn as goddess instead of a force. Interesting. Dindrain, goddess of generosity. Nimue, goddess of enchantment. It's such a beautiful deck. Kundry, goddess of enlightenment. Ostra, goddess of morning. Rhiannon, goddess of night and dreams. Habitro, goddess of healing. Anya, goddess of love. Turian, goddess of difficulties. The Morrigan, goddess of fate. Now, she really has the same expression as Morgan Le Fay. If that's not like the same face. Like, really. Like Morgan Le Fay and Morgan are almost the same kind of hands. Interesting. Banba, goddess of protection. Emer, goddess of self-esteem. Fand, goddess of charisma. Epona, goddess of the soul. I never pronounce this right. Bloodwood, goddess of time. Apologies. Kiriath, goddess of change. Bodu, goddess of needs. Sequana, goddess of wishes. Nair, goddess of modesty. And Kathleen, goddess of prophecy. There's a little bend in this card. Interesting. I think that's from the machining process. Well, all right. Let's give it a shuffle and see. Let's just draw this back out. There we go. Okay. So all right. Yeah, that's a really nice shuffle. So let's just look size-wise. So here's our typical hay house. So it is a narrower and only slightly taller. So it's not as massive as those big, chunky rock pool decks. Let's see. Yeah. And it's not so big that you can't like grab it to just do a little overhand shuffle with it. All right, let's get us a card out of here. Let's see what wants to come out. Whew. I love the glossy cards for their ability to just like fan and fan and fan all over the place. Let's find one to read. All right, so we have 46, Epona, Goddess of the Soul. What does it tell us? And I don't know that this is necessarily going to give us a lot of information about the goddess. It may or may not. Let's give the book a little bend to open it so it reads a little smoother. Okay, so Goddess of the Soul, keyword spirit, essence, and sense. I kind of would have liked those keywords to be on here, but that's okay. Country of origin, Ireland. And then there's a lot of stuff here. Then the message, then there's a spell if you're into that kind of stuff. All right, so there's a lot here. Let's see. Your soul is so bright it can light up a room. You may find your soulmate if you are single, or be putting your heart and soul into a relationship or new venture. You have a spiritual and physical relationship with your soulmate. It would be a body without soul relationship if it were purely physical. Through the eyes, you can see a person's soul. You'll love what you're doing and simultaneously feel the presence of spirit, the essence of you as a person. You have or will find out what your soul was put on earth to do. Everything else will fall into place once you've discovered your calling. This may come as a blast of inspiration or be a continuation of what you're already doing that feels intuitively right. Your soul is central to your personality, making you think of how you do and influencing the ways you look at things. Your conscience and your memory. Okay, your everlasting soul is a non-physical part of you that needs your body. Your spirit can be strong and reliable, lost and found, or derailed and back on track. Choosing good over evil makes your soul stronger. You're talking to your soul when you're deep in thought. If you listen, you'll hear your soul tell you what to do or what direction to take. Your journey has many paths, and you leave one behind to take another forward. You'll find the true path of who you are and will enjoy watching life unfold. In a dilemma, ask and listen to the answers that come to mind. Go with what your heart tells you to do, because intuition is a direct message from your soul. Epona shows that your spirit and body are protected by the Holy Spirit. That's an interesting crossover, isn't it? If it's a goddess deck, but we're talking about the Holy Spirit. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So then it starts to go on and on. So the message, purity is born in your soul, and so you naturally discover what is real and pure in life. Disappointment can be fanned into flame by a beautiful soul shining brightly through it with conscience and virtue. Death is not death, but part of life, because your soul never dies. The physical body may fade, but a soul shines more brightly by adhering to good and not letting life corrupt it. You can hear your soul speak, especially when you're alone and quiet for a few minutes, but it can speak to you wherever you are. Be kind to both yourself and others in order to nourish your precious, sensitive soul. Okay, so spirit, essence, Essence and Sense. So this is interesting because I wonder. So it's kind of an interesting card to draw, an interesting description to read. So there's definitely some crossover there that we have between, you know, so there's something interesting there. I'm really curious now to just, if we just draw 3 cards, let's try one of the readings, because I'm super curious about how this deck is going to read after reading that description. I don't know if it made you kind of, yeah, no, maybe. Okay. So let's try this. Because I'm really interested in this version. I'm just going to fold the book a little so that it'll want to stay open a little better. So the Celtic cross spread. So let's try this. I need something to hold the book. Let's go with crystal. There we go. Okay. So the Celtic cross spread. So let's just see what message are we getting for how to work with this deck. What does the deck want to tell us about working with it? And let's see what kind of, all right, there'll be our first card. So card number 1 predicts the influences around you. So Goddess of Inspiration. So I'm feeling like that right now. If I'm just going with that, Goddess of Inspiration, it feels like we need to, it will be something that helps inspire. Let's see what 33 has to say. I plan this to be quick, but honestly, I'm really kind of like, what's going on? Okay, so you're inspired to take control and become the person you aspire to be. You hold the scale of balance to be victorious over yourself and achieve your aims. You're more aware of your physical or your spiritual strength, and this brings you to greater understanding with other people. You'll become an inspiration to others when you motivate yourself to make a project happen. Okay, so those are the influences around us right now, right? So that sounds like being in a great space. Okay, so card number 2 reveals your desires. The Goddess of Courage. All right, so the desires, Goddess of Courage, 20, not 30. Good thing I'm with it today. You're strengthened to face adversity fearlessly as the light of supreme illumination is growing like a seed within you. Heavenly light blesses your plans with the divine intelligence, esoteric knowledge, and spiritual persistence, and the fruits of your determination. Okay, so your desires. So interesting. So your desires, then I would take that to interpret that your desire would be to someone that is growing fearlessly, acts through divine intelligence, is blessed with esoteric knowledge and spiritual persistence. Ask each day for a miracle to happen. Little ones will occur given time, like a growing seed. A surprise miracle will occur. So I guess at the moment we just want a miracle. So card number 3, the obstacles. The obstacles crossing it. And I never like to lay them across because I like to see the cards and see the picture. So I always tend to do it just kind of as an overlap, as an aside. That's my preference for putting cards down. So the obstacles crossing successful outcome. So we have 19. If you're dedicated to your goal, you'll keep trying. Since you never give up, victory is possible. Try your hardest every day to achieve little victories and get the most. So I guess the obstacles would, really the obstacle then, if we want to have this beautiful, courageous life, right? We have the inspiration coming in. These are the things surrounding us right now are beautiful. If we want to have this beautiful, courageous thing, the obstacle here would be to like give up, right? So things might be challenging, but the most challenging victory is achieving self-control. Every temptation you resist is self-victory. The rewards of victory elevate you and make you feel good about yourself. No problem is insurmountable. So it's like there's whatever obstacles are there, we can completely overcome with persistence and persevering. Just keep going. Don't give up. That's a nice message. Okay, so number 4, your present position. Goddess of Enlightenment. So what does card 36 have to tell us as our present position? Okay. Being blessed with powers of enlightenment, happiness, and endless prosperity. You're enlightened when your spirit rules your mind and you follow what is right and good. Self-knowledge brings enlightenment so you can overcome challenges and make life more purposeful. A moment of insight can change your future for better or worse, depending on whether you choose to act upon what your intuition is telling you. Okay, so insight, awakening, and honesty. Very interesting. Okay, so if that is your present position as someone who's actively seeking to find like that epiphany, to do that internal work to create the transformation. Okay, card 5 displays your progress. Nimue, that's beautiful. Goddess of enchantment. Okay, so this is your progress. Magical powers lie deep within you. These are foresight and the wisdom to put your God-given talents to good use. Really, it's a goddess deck that you would say God-given and not goddess-given. Very interesting. Very interesting the way some of this is written. Like there's a clear, yeah. Okay, you'll see magical divine intervention putting your life in sync. People destined for you are coming to help your physical well-being and with matters of heart. A time of mysterious blessings lie ahead. You'll visit amazing places and meet life-changing people. There's a harmony at home and a reawakening of your creativity. I really want to travel to beautiful places and meet fascinating people. My dream trip is to actually make it to Glastonbury. So, let's just put that out there in the universe. Cross your fingers for me, people. That and maybe Dracula's castle. Would that also not be amazing to go and see? Romania just is such a beautiful countryside. All right, card number 6 shows the matter's outcome. Okay, so we have Goddess of Prophecy. Well, that's really interesting for a tarot reader to get the Goddess of Prophecy as an outcome. Just saying. Excitement. Okay. The message. You'll receive psychic messages before the premonition becomes reality. If messages wake you up at night, accept them and don't push the communication away. It might be too late for spirit to give messages further down the line. Or the message could be crucial for the day. By using prophetic tools such as cards, runes, pendulums, crystal balls, tea leaf, or messages that you receive in your dreams, you'll discover your preferred methods for triggering your clairvoyant gifts. So there's divination to increase your psychic powers and a spell to see your guardian angel. Very interesting. So the outcome. Wow. I mean, is it just a reading for me? Because I want to travel places, but also lovely, right? So it's the outcome. Kind of interesting. I think these might be interesting cards to read with. I'm going to take, I think, some of what is written in the book with a grain of salt, but I do like this version of the Celtic cross spread. This, honestly, sometimes a great spread is, like, to me, worth the price of the deck itself. To find a new spread that actually is really functional, short and sweet. It doesn't have all the extras with it. It's just like kind of a shortened little hyphenated, maybe abbreviated. That's the word I'm looking for. An abbreviated Celtic cross. And I actually love these cards. Okay. So I hope that that was helpful for you. I know like my camera angle it's cutting off the bottom of the cards a little bit, but they're absolutely beautiful. I'm quite excited for this deck now. Okay, so if you're still here and you've stuck it out to the end, thank you so much for watching and tuning in today. If you want to give it a thumbs up, that would be amazing. And if you feel called to subscribe, it would be wonderful to spend time with you in the net realms, right? So, wherever you are, have an absolutely fabulous week and an amazing day. Take care.